chat instead of top chat. Paul is voiced. That a guy. Way to be voiced. Paul, that a guy. Maybe everything's gonna be a song. Tonight I'm gonna sing everything long. Oh, what is happening? Woo. Beat again. Beat down. But we keep on keeping on. That's what we do. We just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Move in a direction. And then we get to somewhere. And then we decide where to go next. And we put one foot in front of the other in whatever that direction is. That's it. Life lessons with Mike. Oh. Steve's here. Sean's here. The people are coming. The numbers are going up. Gretchen's here with her fancy teal star and her green name. Geez, you guys, the rest of you sure would be a lot cooler if you had teal stars and green names. Oh, Steel is real is here. I don't know if I know Steel is real. I mean, couldn't be fake, couldn't you? I mean, you could have fake steel, I suppose, but steel is real. Like it's not make believe, is what I'm saying. Michael Wilson, my second favorite Canadian. Oh, geez, who's the first one? Maybe. Who's your first favorite Canadian? I'm gonna guess. I don't know. It's quite the glue up you showed me. Shame it's being wasted on a base. It's not being wasted. It's being utilized. I had an ineffective star. It's true, but you have a wrench, and your name is Blue. So that's like also impressive. Probably Matthias. It might be. It might be. Jesus, I hope not. I mean, everybody can like what they like, but damn. He's a YouTuber, if that helps. Oh, God, it might be Matthias. I don't know too many Canadian YouTubers. The samurai guy in Victoria, maybe? Woodworking Samurai, or whatever his name is? Getty. Yeah. No. John Heiss. Oh, God, I hope it's not either one of them. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Maybe it is. Canadian woodworker, YouTuber. Vic? Vic isn't really a YouTuber. He does a little bit on YouTube, but I would not categorize him as that. Tons of Canadian YouTubers, especially furniture flippers. Well, we're a thrifty bunch. Also a wood turner. Nope. I'm out. I don't have any idea. Pat? Lapalito? Maybe? Wish YouTube would let us go back to using nicknames in live. You and me both. I am having a hard time sometimes with like, wait, do I know you as something else? One left. I don't think I know any other Canadian YouTube turners. The French guy that does the demos for Lee Valley, if he has a YouTube channel. The guy from Quebec that does Lee Valley's turning videos. That's my third guess. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, honestly. Samurai Card. See, I guessed that was my first guess. I don't know him, but nope. Okay, well, that's the wrong no. Okay, that kind of no has a K involved. Who is your favorite Canadian? And why is it not me? Who is this guy and what is so great about him? Or her, I suppose. Canadian wood turning YouTuber. David Ardito from Timber Designs. Great buddy of mine, fantastic YouTuber and maker. Okay. Cosman. No, he said he's a turner. I guess David Ardito is a turner at Timber Designs. Okay, cool. I think it's funny how Canadians refer to them as either English or French. Kind of. I mean, in a way, when a Canadian has a Quebecois accent, you know, like it's not a. I guess it's a primary language thing. Like there is a significant percentage of the Canadian population. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some research tonight. There is a not insignificant percentage of the Canadian population for whom French is their primary language. Todd Lajeunesse, look out. Look him up, great guy, but don't worry, there's a few you missed. You're still second. That's got an apostrophe and an E. Second favorite Canadian. I'll take it. I mean, there's a lot of good Canadians. Like there's at least to be the second best Canadian is like it's pretty good. That's not, you didn't say second best. You said second favorite. You might only know 3, and then I'm also the second worst. So, I mean, really, who's to say? I mean, if you only know 3 Canadians and I'm your second favorite, then I'm also your second least favorite. 22%. See, that's a lot. Just heard a Canadian say, but I'm English. I don't know that any Canadian would, well, I mean, maybe. There are a percentage of French Canadians who don't even like the fact that they have the word Canadian in their name. There are a percentage that do not want to be. They are called separatists. But they are not a majority of the French-speaking population. Or they would not be Canadian anymore. They asked them a couple of times. They've asked them a couple of times, like, hey, do you really want to leave? And a lot of them are like, no, thank you very much, though. Like, we're angry, but not to the point where we want to leave. Miss Chris Devo and Ryan Hawkins. Well, Ryan Hawkins, I've hung out with him. Like we meet at the. Sometimes I see him at the lumberyard and stuff. He's been in my shop. I turned furniture legs for him. I would like very much to say that you are my favorite Canadian woodworker. I would like to say that. But yeah, I don't care if you say that, honestly. Be honest. I can be nobody's favorite anything. I don't think I'm even my favorite Canadian woodworker. Oh, my back hurts. My back hurts. I did a lot of table and chair moving around in the last day or so. I set up and took down a market for the damn Business Improvement Association. To be fair, I didn't have to take that much of it down, but I basically set it up by myself. You rock a kick-ass beard like me, what's not to love? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm relatively likable dude. But not everybody's cup of tea. Nobody's going to be everybody's cup of tea, as they say. All the way to the bank when they say that, like a fox or whatever. Oh. Look what came out of the box finally. Do. Sugar. I don't even remember. 2 years have I had this thing in the box? Waiting for a job for it to do. Oh. Is it too? That has another O. That kind of two has another O. Too late, early for cup tea. Oh. Michael Wilson, you and I gonna have some fisticuffs if you keep. I was in France a few years ago, and a young man was laughing about the Quebecois protecting the French language, and I was compelled to point out to him the French agency devoted solely to the same. French agency. Yeah, I mean. What you working on tonight? I'm working on my mental health. I'm working on friendship with my friends on the internet. I'm working on decompressing and just enjoying myself. I'm working on, yeah. DJ better, just having fun. DJ, that's just DJ. It used to be just DJ better. Then they changed shit. YouTube fucking changed shit again. Now everybody's name is different. Urgh. I'm working on staying awake. Well, this is probably not going to help. This is going to be boring as shit. Somebody asked about Market. So Market was good. Market was probably my best sales day for a market. My best single day of market sales since probably 2022. Probably 3 years. I did pretty okay. I sold and selling goddamn snowmen. I stayed up late finishing off the damn snowmen to bring to the market for the tree that I bought specifically to hang the snowman on. And I bought the tree to hang the snowman on. I stayed up late finishing off snowmen. I hung them up all on the tree and it looked awesome. And I sold one, and it was like the last 15 minutes of the damn market. So like the whole day I was like, somebody buy a damn snowman. Somebody. Just like, oh, look how cute they are. Just working on opening up Crazy Mike's wooden attachment stuff and surfacing shop. I get it. I'm Scottish. I say it as I speak it, but I'll try to remember I talk to overseas people and remember to enunciate. Oh, you're doing voice to text. Don't just type it. Use your language. It's fine. Just know that I am going to point out when it happens, and just be okay with that. If you want to support this channel and all of its insanity, this is a good point. Paul has a good point. You should definitely consider all of the additional value you get over at Patreon. Because I'm a terrible salesperson. Did I sell a bowl? I sold a couple of bowls. If you were here for the inventory day when I was like pricing things and talking about them, I sold the flamey ash bowl that I was like, I would rather keep it than sell it for less than like $120. It's too nice. And that $120. It was the one that I made on the live show at the Crow's Nest where the lathe was like jumping around because of how off balance it was. And I sold that for $120. And I sold a couple other ones. I sold, I want to say 3 or 4 bowls. One of my yellow cedar boxes for $70, $75. Couple of bottle stoppers. Couple of pens for $50 a pop. The Maple Leaf guys. Yeah, 3 or 4 bowls. $75 box. $120 bowl was a good sale. She actually bought 2 bowls and a bottle stopper, that lady, I think. 1 snowman. And the icing scimitars. I sold all 3 of my icing scimitars. And a spatula and a spoon. Yeah, I made like $700 something $100. $760, something like that. He'll get over it, but he won't stop giving you grief. It's true. It's true. I'm going to point out when your words are wrong. It's a thing. I'm a retired journalist, so it's a thing that's going to happen. $50 for a pen. Yeah, they're nice, man. If you're not sure whether you like this channel or not, is a good point. Don't be rash. Wait till you're too tired to smash that like button. It's true. YouTube takes all the money anyway. Yeah, and likes and comments and like we think that they matter. They probably don't. They probably don't. What's Canada to USA conversion rate? I don't know what it is right now. Probably like $1.20 something. Or 80-ish cents in the other direction. So I made 760 Canadian dollars, which is probably somewhere around 600 American dollars. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I have 7 pens to make tomorrow to finish out my Christmas gift list. I hope they're slim lines. It's a running joke that Paul's too good for slim lines. Yet he makes Telecasters, which are the slim lines of guitars. $1 Canadian is 73 cents United States money. Okay. So 551 US dollars. There you go. We got math geniuses. Well, they probably... I think the Gibson SG is the slim line of guitars. No. Disagree. In terms of like the making of, the SG has a neck break angle and it has an angled headstock. So immediately it disqualifies itself from being the slim line of guitars. I have some slimline kits. We'll put them in a box. Well, if you want. I mean, I've got a lot, so I don't need any. But if you just want to slough them off, I think he meant he finishes Telecasters versus 7 years and still working on one. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. But it's 2. Thank you very much. And now a 3rd. Actually, now a 4th. I have 4 in progress guitars. Okay? Shut up. You guys want to see Sean's bass? It's pretty awesome. It's gonna be sick. Did a whiskey festival a few weeks ago. I don't know that I have the emotional fortitude to do a whiskey festival. Because I really like whiskey and I don't drink anymore. So I don't think that I should do that. Let's see it. Okay. So I made new templates out of the templates that I bought. I bought templates, bought base templates, and now I'm making new templates because I don't really like the shape. I wanted the templates so that I would get like the neck pocket and the pickup cavities. That's about it. And the scale length and everything. But this is my neck blank. This is Sapele and Cherry Racing Stripes. Neck. And the showcase. Let's actually just for fun, let's do it this way. I gotta put you over here. This is book matched Sapele over Cherry. Obviously that needs work still. But book matched quarter sawn Sapele top on a Cherry back. That's gonna be the body of Sean's bass guitar. Over cherry. Neck blank looks too wide for the final to be a 5-piece neck. It's not. It's actually not. Well, it's wide enough in most of it. It's not wide enough for the headstock. I'm gonna have to put a couple of wings on the tips of the headstock. I see some cupping in that maple. No, you don't, because there's no maple. In the cherry, maybe, but at the back doesn't matter. And also, it's not done. But mainly, the back doesn't matter. Very pretty wood. First time I've said that. K9 Mind Help. I don't know who that is. Because the YouTube stupid changed people's names. Unless you're new, I don't know. Did I see a video of yours with a Laguna lathe? You may have seen a couple of videos of mine with a Laguna lathe. I've done a lot of videos using a Laguna lathe. Grain in the body is gorgeous. I agree. A lot of people, who were hammered to fell backwards from a wheelchair, work that out. That's a hell of a sentence. I saw a lot of people who were hammered to fell backwards from a wheelchair, work that out. I feel like that's at least 3 sentences. Your face is cupping. Oh, burn on Tim. Because I'm pretty sure that's who you're talking to. Because I don't give a shit if the back, and it's not actually cupped. It's just the boards shimmied a little bit when I was gluing them up, and then I just flattened the top to put the top on them, and I haven't done anything to the back yet. And also, shut up. His bots lets him use her Laguna. My Laguna is over there. Thank you very much. So eat shit. She lets me use her Rikon. My name is Nate, the guy in the mountains with the dog rescue. Okay, so what did your name used to be? Because now it's K9 Mind Help 2. And because YouTube changed their system or whatever, and everybody's name changed. Like Gretchen is now Gretchen Needs a Dog. And she always needed a dog, but she was not called that until a YouTube change. Gonna tell Nadia that you haven't made a telly yet. She's gonna say, what's a telly? I was referring to the show I did. It was the Whiskey Festival. While I was there, I saw 2 people fall backwards out of their, wheelchair. You gotta be pretty drunk to fall backwards out of a wheelchair. Would the 1216 be a good beginner lathe? Yeah. It'd be a fantastic beginner lathe. That's more lathe than you need as a beginner. That'd be a fantastic beginner lathe. It might be my last lathe. But yes, the answer is yes. Nate was the profile now. Okay, so Nate is K9 Mind Help. I don't know, man. I'll see what I can do. Sometimes the brain needs a little bit to just register things. Were they on a hill at least? Like, or maybe sideways on a... Four people fall over from standing up straight. I mean, it's a whiskey festival. People are going to fall over. I fell, smashed my face on my driveway. It was actually pointed at wooden things and stuff. No, it isn't. Nope. My adult big wheel is doing well. Just had the 1,000-mile checkup done. He's not falling over on that. It's a tricycle. Who would have thought the medical tent would be so busy at a whiskey show? I would have thought that. This guy could have asked, how many people do we need at the medical tent? And I would have said more than you think. Booze is bad news. I agree. I enjoyed drinking, and I do miss it. Not gonna lie. It smells like solvent in here now. My shop often smells better than your shop, but right now it does not. But the thing on my bench is probably prettier than the thing on your bench. Maybe not. There wasn't a medical tent or team on hand, just security. Well, they got their hands full at a whiskey festival, probably. I would have sent you a whiskey barrel top for guitars, but didn't want you to have a relapse from the smell. I think you did. I think you sent me a chunk of a Jack Barrel whiskey, or Jack Daniels barrel. And I know I have a chunk of whiskey barrel from my boy John that I'm supposed to make a pen out of for him. And I'm a fucking slacker, so I haven't yet. I'm like one of the least slackery people I know, but it's funny. In fact, one of my resolutions for next year is to be more of a slacker. Like, I need to stop. I need to gear down a little bit. I need a beverage is what I need. What do I have? I think I have the cherry ginger ales. Yep. Black cherry, Canada Dry. My shop is full of whiskey barrel staves right now. Oh, okay. No Mexican Cokes this week. It was out. The Mike's Wooden Things and stuff. Influence. I think I started drinking them, and then all of a sudden now they can't keep them in stock. Pretty sure. Have you started Mike's New Year's resolution list yet? No, I mean, not officially. But I think one of them has to be gear down. in some, however I phrase it, it has to, one of my resolutions going into next year has to be, um, yeah, just, I mean, it sounds kind of like, I don't know if arrogant is the right word, but like stop working so hard. It's like, you're not, I don't make enough money for how hard I work. And so I should stop working so hard. You know? Wonder if you turned a pen from whiskey barrel wood, would you smell whiskey while you write? No. I mean, unless maybe if you didn't finish it with anything, if you just left it raw wood, even then, probably still not. Cabinet scraper, out of the box, in use. Finally. It's straight out of the box. No burr, no nothing. It should have a burr. It's not, it's a little bit dusty, but that's not been used. Don't lie. That's the factory grease on it. It was used for like 20 minutes. What'd you use it on? This guitar top. Because the quarter sawn sapele is like, at its best, is prone to tearing out. And then book matching it means that now that grain that's already prone to tearing out is presenting in opposite directions across the face, meeting at the middle. And so I was like, perfect time to open the cabinet scraper and use that. Shaven spokes like a madman. Not spoke shaven. Spoke shaven is an upcoming operation on this guy. This guy's going to get some spoke shaven in the next little while after I get a couple other things done with it. The neck, and then so I got to route the channel for the truss rod, and then I got to cut the slots in the fretboard. Well, I guess that it doesn't matter what order it happens in, but yeah, I guess it does. Slot for truss rod, cut the shape of the neck and the profile of the neck. Then the fretboard goes on. Then spoke shavy. You putting carbon fiber rods in the neck? Nope. I'm sure not. Because fuck Sean. What do I care if it can stay straight? It's not going to be mine. Harsh. Sean McGill's bass. I don't know. What do I care if it stays flat? I mean, he's not even paying me for it. He's given me this piece of garbage that he couldn't even figure out who else to give it to. Like, he tried to give it to other people and they were like, no thanks. And so, like, I'm doing him the favor of taking his garbage from him that he doesn't want. Oh, man. I am funny. If you want a playable bass, just let me know. It'll be playable. He's going to play it for like 9 minutes anyway. Oh. Don't, Sean, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that you actively tried to give it away and could not find someone to take it. Is that a thing that happened? One of the guys in the final year at high school made a guitar from scratch. I was cool to see the process, and it played at the end. Early 90s, we still had rock bands at pubs, and people made things. I have made a guitar because I didn't feel like doing donation paperwork. I'm still not lying. That's still a real thing that happened. They made it complicated. They make it complicated to donate an instrument to a music school. Well, and I am going to reap the benefit of them making it complicated to donate an instrument to a music school. I've made at least one guitar this month. Yeah, because you're better than me, Paul. So that's what you're trying to say, right? So let's just say it. Just oh. I'm not making it in 8 days though. Like I said I was gonna try to. It's a dick move to just like crush out the thing as quickly as I possibly can to just give it to Sean and be like, meh. But I am going to try to finish it fairly quickly because I kind of want to know whether or not I can make these things relatively quickly in case I decide I want to like make them to sell. Like I need to know if it's worth it. And if I can't make them in a reasonable enough amount of time that I can charge a low enough rate for them to be able to sell them, then I'm not going to be able to do that. But I make tellies, so how bad does that make you if I'm better than you? I didn't say that. I was implying that you were saying that. If I was patient, I could have listed the cello on Facebook or something and got $35,000 to $4,000 for it. That's right, you guys. This bass guitar, is like a $5,000 bass guitar. Okay? So, 4. Sean McGill, you will have a bass you can play at least once, and Mike will have a cello he can play on full moon, sitting on a stool in his boxer shorts in his front yard. I honestly, I don't know I don't know Sean well enough. The impression that I get from Sean about the amount that he makes music tells me that the amount he's going to play this bass guitar may be comparable to the amount I'm going to play his cello. Well, the soon to be my cello. I don't think either one of us are going to play either of these instruments very often. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get it and I'm going to love it and I'm going to love having it and I'm going to play it a couple of times. I'm going to try to play it a couple of times. I'm going to realize that it's hard and then I'm going to stop. Yep, God's stuff costs money. I imagine it would. I have more hobbies than time. You and me both, man. You and me both. I tell people all the time that down at the shop when we're talking about like picking up a new artistic medium or getting into a new thing, and I'm like, I can't have any more things because I already have too many things that I know that I like that I don't have enough time for. So if I try another thing and find out that I like it, then what else has to go away? You know? Good, not God. Oh, okay. You let good stuff cost money. It's true. It's true. Good stuff costs money. I made a snowman for my sister for a Christmas centerpiece about 3 years ago. Took about 2 weeks. Took 2 weeks to make a snowman? I made like 15 in 2 days. Calculated for inflation, the cello cost me $5,200 in 2025 dollars. Well, that's how much this bass is costing me. I mean, depending on how long it takes me. If I charged you like $300 an hour for my time, maybe. "21-inch tall snowman, 3 sections." Yeah, but mine were cooler. They hung on a tree. You really should make a video of making the bass. I am absolutely doing that. Why would I not do that? I'm going to make a video of making this bass guitar, and it's going to be titled "Making My First Cello," because fuck YouTube, and it's going to be me holding a bass guitar, and just to get people to click on it, and so that they can be angry and be like, "That's not a cello," and then they can be mad after they watch me make it because they're like, "Clickbait, I'm not angry," and then it'll be hilarious. And I'll sell them a fucking mattress or whatever. Like, just rage bait them. Be like, and at the end, it'll be like the last clip will be like me trading the bass to Sean for the cello, and then I'll be like, okay, it'll be like stand by for a demo, and then I'll cut to me playing a recorder. I'll play Hot Cross Buns on a recorder or something. Oh, that'll get them. Marvo! I don't think Sean wants to part with the gel. He does. He's been trying to get rid of. He told me he would give it to me when he was still in Ottawa. We were talking about him giving it to me. And then he moved to just down the street. Well, the actual rock that I'm on. We call that engagement. That's right. Yeah. Man, angry. Any eyes good for views? Yeah, sure. Your angry impression reminds me of the Indomitable Snowman. Indomitable Snowman? I don't know him. Having to stop working on guitar stuff until probably mid-February due to surgery recovery. Well, yeah, with that attitude. It's a big rock. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big rock that we're on. Fools with tools. It's true. That's what we are. And that one crash is. Hold on. I'm trying to think of who that used to be. Cosman? No, maybe. Would your name used to be Crash? Before YouTube changed the damn shit again. He's a goof. Who's a goof? Me? By the way, don't just throw that word around. Because some people, I found this out the hard way. Some people hear the term goof and they connect it to pedophile, which I found out drunk after the bar one time in a Denny's. And I was drunk. I was having my bacon egg hash brown mess, whatever that thing was called. It was good. I used to have it all the time. Meat lover skillet. I was having my meat lover skillet at Denny's, like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning after the bar. And there were guys behind me, and they were being goofy. And I referenced one of them being a goof. And he was a large man also. And it came close to like being a really bad situation. And that was where I found out that that's a thing. He does the whole, "What'd you call me?" And I was like, "What?" I said you were a goof. And it did not go well. It was like, what? Will not use that term again. I know. I try not to. I have accidentally used it a couple of times by accident since then. And I caught myself. I was like, wait, some people make that connection between those two things. I guess it's a prison thing, maybe? I guess if you're in prison and somebody else in the prison is being referred to as a goof, that is why. So just something to be aware of. There are people out there in the world who may take it that way. I'm gonna have a smokerette I don't have a Mike's never had this food before tonight. Do I? I mean, I have the last of the Tony's Chocolonelys. That is technically, I've never had it. I never had the blue Tony's Chocolonely bar. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Canadian prison slang, goof, is a highly offensive term used to just. See, Paul's researching. I'm not just making things. That would be a super weird thing for me to make up. Child molester, sex offender, is someone who has committed crimes against children. Yes. See? People get murdered in prison because they are goofs. So if someone is offended by that, then they were probably in prison. I mean, maybe. It's a pretty good possibility that this gentleman was in prison at one point. Yeah. I mean, hell, I was in prison at one point. Why are you being all judgy? I was in prison. The term is considered a serious insult and is often used. Yes, I know. I found out at Denny's. And now we can all say that we learned something tonight. Well, you guys can. I already knew it. I don't believe my statement was judgy at all. Well, I mean, it had implied judgment. You say, like, if somebody gets offended by that, they were probably in prison. I mean, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just read it that way. I may have semantically imposed an implied judgment on your statement. I apologize. I've been wrong a couple of times. It'll happen again. Oh. How about that gift video today, hey? That was a thing that I made. That's going to be one of my other resolutions. Well, I guess it's tied to the first resolution that I talked about. One of the resolutions for next year is going to be to not work so hard, and part of not working so hard is I'm never going to force myself to do a video every week again. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it the whole year. But today's video is a perfect example of the kind of shit that I have to do sometimes to make a video. Because sometimes it's like, I don't have anything. I mean, I still think it was okay, but that's the whole like quantity over quality thing. I don't know. Just putting out a video because you're just supposed to feels kind of shitty. It's just like there's got to be somewhere in between. I struggle with this as a online creator of video content. There's got to if I don't force myself to have deadlines, just go like, oh, just whenever I have something, I'll put it out. Then it just nothing gets made. I need to have some kind of structured deadline to force myself to put things out into the world. But the weekly structured deadline is too many. It's too many, too much. And then sometimes it ends up being like, hey, everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. This is a tack cloth. It's great. You should buy some. Or whatever. Like, I mean, they're not that bad. Even I try to at least make sure that they could potentially have some sort of value for somebody. But absolutely not going to keep doing one video every week on a schedule that I self-impose next year. That's just not a thing. Mikey B? Everybody saying hi, Mikey B? I didn't see him. There he is. Thought the gift video was funny. There were some funny points. Tape! You're damn right. I'll find something to do with it. It's tape. Maybe bi-weekly or 3 every 2 months. I don't know. I liked the idea of having a structure, and the idea was that I would put out a video every week, but I would diversify the types of videos so that it didn't feel churny. It still felt churny. So I got to figure out some kind of structure where it doesn't feel like, oh, I got to make a video, but also keeps me on track to keep creating videos. So whether it's every other week or whether it's I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. Do you ever feel like Norm from Cheers when you arrive here? Because everybody goes, hey! Feel like Frasier. I stop in, do my bit, say some witty or sarcastic things, and then I leave. Yeah, because you're a quitter. But Frasier got his own show. I have a feeling that you're not going to get your own show. Think I'm going to head to bed. All right, later, man. Happy holidays to you. Best of luck with all of the surgeries, and well, it's not a bunch of surgeries, but we'll be thinking about you. Tell them to go to a really high grit when they're sharpening, because it'll be a cleaner incision. I hope they're using a Veritas scalpel, like a PMV11. Maybe I'm already over here doing my own thing with my idiot brother Niles and my father and his dog and that hot British chick. Honestly, if you did a show with your brother and your dad, isn't your wife also technically British? Like, she doesn't sound British, but wasn't she born in Britain? Like, isn't she a citizen? Like, you're not that far off from having that show. You just have to record it. And your dad seems a little bit like Frasier's dad. Except with a fishing rod instead of a lazy boy. Ah, got it right. Got it right on the. Not the no. Don't let him use the Beaver scalpel. Yes, she was. See, I thought. And don't you have an idiot brother? And your dad is kind of like, except with a fishing rod, except instead of a recliner. I don't know your brother, so maybe he's not. And I don't think Frasier's brother was an idiot. Like, he was pretty smart too, wasn't he? Niles was a pretty smart dude. Oh. Anyway. Probably short-ish show tonight. Because, like I said, I am exhausted. I also have to work all day tomorrow because another of the employees got sick. And so there's nobody else. There's classes all day. So somebody needs to man the shop. So that's going to be this guy. So, yeah. Sean's guitar is not going to be done by Christmas, but he knows that. But should be done by New Year's. Yeah, the old man is well on his way. Is he like a little crotchety and a little... What are you teaching the noobs tomorrow? I'm not teaching tomorrow, but one of the employees is sick and Nadia has classes to teach all day tomorrow, so she can't be on the floor of the shop for all the shoppers. And the employee who was supposed to be is not there. So one of my brothers is kind of like your brother that I've met. And the other one is like me if I moved away. Oh. So like you, except cultured? Where did he move? Did he move to cultured? Oh, man. I won't be up island before Christmas. I know. We've talked. Go to sleep already. You're not in charge. But to be honest, last night I was up. I was at the hall where the market was in today, uh, setting up tables and chairs and photo things, um, and trees and blah 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 until just about midnight. And then I came home, went to bed, slept not awesome, and then was up to start my day at like 6. So I'm pretty tired. Oh, nuts. I missed an hour. Well, it's because you don't have your notification. You didn't smash the bell. And with the notifications and but it's the same time every week. Set your phone. Should I say go up rock? I don't know that anybody says that. Say he's cultured. He's in Northern Alberta. Northern Alberta? No, probably not then. Probably not. You go to the oil patch? It doesn't show when I'm not at computer or phone. Well, it's true. You're not going to get notified like directly to your brain. But it is the same time every week. And life has got to come first, man. This is nonsense. This should not be a thing that you schedule your life around. I mean, I have to. And even that, like, I don't have, but when I have to, like today's video where like, we need more wood, you know, I have to schedule my life around this show. No, I don't. But I do. But you don't have to. And you don't. I'm going to sleep well tonight, though, I think. Because I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't sleep well or long. Like, you know how sometimes you can sleep really well even though it's not for very long? And then other times you can sleep really long, but it's not very well? Last night was neither of those things. It wasn't for very long or very well. So, keep thinking about building your lathe cabinet. Oh, the Cabarack. The lathe tool Cabarack. It's pretty handy. If I was to do it again, it would be wider. It wouldn't be as tall, and it would be wider. Because I didn't leave enough expansion room in terms of I'm going to be adding tools. I think I left like maybe 3 spaces, and that was not enough spaces. But it's a pretty good little rack. We appreciate the effort. Thanks, man. I also keep seeing my lathe chisels dumped in a corner. Yeah, don't do that. At least put something on the wall. It doesn't have to be dovetail corners and drawers and holding doohickeys and stuff. Just something to get them up and not on the floor of the corner. Something. Like, even something that's like an example of what you could do. You could make something like this. You could make something like my clamp racks that are just like a little wider slot and have the chisels go in that way and be pointed down. You know, like cut a bunch of slots in a piece of plywood, mount it to the wall, and then the tools go in pointy bit down, and the handles are up, and they would just up on the wall. about 3 inches narrower, but double compartments for overall 16 inches wider. Wait. 3 inches narrower, but double compartments for overall 16 inches wider. I don't understand how 3 inches narrower, but then doubled equals 16 inches wider. That's just not mathing in my head. I don't think I understand the double compartments. Two 16-inch wide bays would be 32 inches. What? Then it wouldn't be narrower at all. It would be way wider. I don't get it. To draw a diagram and put it on Reddit. Or send it by email or something. I don't understand. Draw it out. Send it. They just get your chisels up on the wall. Just get your tools up on the wall. Oh, you know what would be cool? Is if I just would have made it a little deeper, and then I had like a sliding sort of till thing, and then it could be 2 layers deep. And the ones in the back are the ones that I don't use very often. And then the ones on a front, sort of slidey, could be the ones that I'm grabbing for all the time. And then I could slide it side to side and reach to the back ones. I might be able to do that. I might be able to retrofit that. It would not be easy. But I might be able to put like a slidey slide in the front with a second set of rack. It's an idea. It's a thought to sit with. How about this base though? How about that top for a bass guitar? My lathe bench has a backboard of plywood. Yeah. Just screw some hooks into it and put the damn tools up on it then. Go get some screw-in hooks and just like put them sideways. If you just need them up. Hell, you just put some screws in. Like get some big mamma jamma screws. And you screw them in and just have them sticking out like that, and you just parallelize them and put them like this down the wall and just put the damn tools up on it. There you go. Now they're up on the wall. Not everything has to be fancy. You can get around to the fanciness later if you just need to get them up on the wall. Go get a dozen, like 3-inch screws. Drive them in on an angle like that in 2s. Parallelize. Yeah, you have to parallelize your screws so that they're on the same plane. I mean, 2 screws are always on the same plane. I think it's pretty clear that you know what I mean. Like, I think I'm explaining myself pretty well. Okay. Parallelize. Yeah, I mean, what is so complicated, you guys? That's what you do with screws when you parallelize them. I have 2 post-secondary degrees in the use of English language, okay? Okay, hijinks. You gotta invent words for them to exist. All words have been invented. Wordsmithing 101. That's right. In order to smith words, they must first be smithed. I was trying to help with the spelling / pronunciation. Oh, okay. Should use those degrees sometime, Mike. I do. I did. I had a whole career using those degrees. Shit fucking wore me down. It was mentally and emotionally exhausting. And it didn't pay well, and everybody hates you. So it wasn't good. It is actually a word. Yeah. So there. Told you. I was taking the piss, he says. That's a thing that you guys say. Yep. You guys and the Brits, I think, are the only. Well, I mean, you guys are just British criminals, so it makes sense that you would say British things. What? You're not British criminals. Your ancestors were British criminals, but. We have some old silly words. Kangawallafish. Kangawallafish. I like that. It doesn't mean what you used it to mean. It does now. So there. It's the point of communication is to get an idea passed from one person to another person. If I say you need to take your screws and drive them in like this and parallelize them down the board, the communication was successful. If you understand what I meant. I will make fun of people using the wrong to and the wrong there and the wrong for and stuff like that. But if I know what they meant, I mean, sometimes, like, in fact, often, I don't know what the fuck Gretchen means. Like, the sentence just doesn't mean anything. But if I know what you meant, I am going to point out that you said it incorrectly. But the communication was still successful. Like, I don't know what Gretchen was going to go Rick Jim her husband or whatever. Like, I don't know what that meant. I invented what it meant. I'm in a Charlie Brown episode. I thought it was a real thing. I mean, yeah, it is. Inappropriate Rick Jimming. This is not the time nor the place to be Rick Jimming your husband. Oh. Does he know that, like, that he comes up on the show? Ooh, that was almost. Like, have you told him that he's involved in these? Oh. Since my earbuds broke, he might now. Oh, okay. Hi, Gretchen's husband. Enjoy the Rick Jimming. I'm I'm gonna have another smoke. Yeah, because I didn't do that enough today, for sure. Uh, and then maybe we'll think about getting things wrapped up. But now I'm enjoying myself again. So maybe I don't know. Well, if you guys keep the energy up, we'll go for as long as I can take it. But oh, that's what she said. That was an entendre. That was a double entendre. That was. Mike also enjoys a good Rick Jim. I probably would. I don't know exactly what it is though, so I can't say for sure. I mean, I'm picturing it being fun. I don't know, like, I'm not really picturing it specifically. Like, I don't know what the. I don't know what the operation is that is being performed, uh, nor do I know what kind of apparatus is required, if any. Um, but I think it's probably fun. I think it's, but I don't know what it is. I'm here for a while marking out alignment holes. Make sure that you parallelize them. Deciding on paint scheme for a new RC build. Of course you are. Of course you are. As I recall, live chats on your lives don't save. Sure they do. Or well, they did. Do they not anymore? Because YouTube changes shit. So maybe they don't anymore. I have frequently gone back and watched the live show to remember what somebody said and watched the chat. It takes a couple of days until the live chat shows up again after the show. But maybe it doesn't anymore. I haven't done it for a while, but it absolutely did the last time I checked. If it doesn't, that's a YouTube thing, and I'm mad at YouTube again. Because what would be the point in watching it afterwards if you can't see what was being said? It's called the live chat replay. They're still there, they just default to being minimized, and you gotta hit the show chat button. Yeah. Okay, good. Because it wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, like the reason that I say it like that is because it wouldn't surprise me if YouTube was just like, nah, let's just make them so they go away. Because YouTube makes a lot of terrible decisions. Because they're shit. Tried a little while ago and there was nothing. Wayne, it was too soon. Wayne, it was. Yeah, it usually I want to say it was like 2 days later that it usually came up. And it would depend on the length of the show also. Like sometimes it took longer and sometimes it didn't take as long. Not long until AI is running heaps of things. Oh, yay! That's what we need as a society. YouTube sucks. It's true. I'm not lying. They make their decision to be fair to them. They make their decisions based on business and fiscal and whatnots, as opposed to what's best for the users of its platform. They make decisions based on what's best for their shareholders. What they think will be best for their shareholders. It's not going to be best for their shareholders if everybody fucking leaves, yo. Not like we have an option to go anywhere else. I think the only way that an AI-run society would be plausible. Oh, here we go. It's if the algorithm uses our entire contributed thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and amalgamated them into one, and then taught us that way, and did not allow us to learn any other way. And the way that came out is sounding more and more plausible every day, isn't it? Let's just congeal everything together and just. Reminds me a lot of that. What was it called? Sean Bean was in it at the start, and then he died because that's what Sean Bean does. And then Batman. What the shit is his name? The Good Batman. Why can't I remember his name? And it was like a dystopian gray ass future, and they were underground, like they were hiding art so it couldn't be destroyed, and they were gun priests that had gun fu. And they had certain moves that made them less likely to get shot. And it was like a study. That was a good show. Christian Bale, that's his name. Christian Bale, and then Sean Bean was at the beginning, but he died because that's what Sean Bean does. And that was a good movie. Equilibrium. There we go. We must all think the same way. And take your pill and shut up. Oh, demonetized. The AI is going to recognize that and oh. Anyway, let's talk about happy things. Like this bass guitar is going to be pretty sexy. You were just counting to 2. I was. 1, 2. What's 3 minus 1? Oh. Yep. So, I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow. That's okay. I gotta work tomorrow. If it would be worse if I had to work tomorrow for a place I didn't like. Right? Like, let's look at the positives of things. Like, yeah, I have to work tomorrow, but it's not for a place that sucks. And it's not for a company that sucks. And it is good for the world, the work that I'm doing. And, and it makes people happy, the work that I'm doing. Suddenly I can't think of anything happy. That's funny. That's funny. It's funny because Nadia messaged me the other day, first thing in the morning when I was at the shop and she wasn't there yet, and she's like, "How are you this morning?" And instead of saying like, "Good, how are you?" Or whatever, I said something along the lines of like, "Well, I'm filled with an existential dread that I'll never be good enough, and I'm not good enough, and that we're sacrificing the future of our planet and our children's future for short-term profit and greed as a society. But other than that, I'm okay." How are you? And then a couple minutes later, she said something along the lines of like, "Well, now I'm also that." I was good, but now I'm also that. Hey, Mike, how is that thing that you told me about coming along? It's not yet a thing that is coming along. It's a future thing. It's a next year thing. It was never supposed to be like a Christmas thing. I didn't mean to imply that it was like an immediate. If we are thinking about the same thing. No one really wants to know how you feel. Too bad. Because I'm going to tell them. I've seen normal offices. Oh, fuck normal offices, man. I was like, if you ask me how's it going? I mean, if I don't feel like talking to you, I'll just be like, "Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?" Same as everybody else. But like, if I feel like talking to you, and I say, "Hey, how's it going?" Look out, because it's incoming. Like, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh, well, my back hurts and like didn't sleep real well last night, and pretty sure that we're destroying the planet for no reason, and focusing on the wrong things as a society." And I think people in general should be kinder to each other, but they aren't, because it's not in their own selfish best interest to be that way, or so they think. So I used to work with a guy who asked how you were every time he saw you the first 2 hours of every day. Should have started answering honestly. Been like, I'd be better if you'd stop fucking asking me. So that's how I am. Oh, you didn't ask me what would make me better. Never mind. Finally started saying better than the last time you asked. Well, but you aren't, though. You're worse than the last time he asked because he's asked you again, and that made things worse. Just shut up. That would make it better. Yeah. No, we're all on a journey. I said that to somebody at the shop. When somebody came up to the till and I was there, they're like, "Oh, how are you doing today?" And I said, "This was a while ago now." They came up to the till and said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know that I feel properly. Like, I don't think I have like feelings. Right? These days, like my feelings aren't really there." Does that make sense? Like it just like everything's just kind of like meh. And like I'm not feeling like, oh. Have you done any smaller woodworking, whittling, carving, or do you just stick with larger projects? I haven't yet. I have a couple of whittling, carving type things to do, but I haven't yet. I have a couple of these Beavercraft carving kits that I want to try. I've done some little. Well, this was a wood burning thing that I did. This by itself could be considered a project, a small wood burning project that is just kind of a standalone. And it didn't, when I did it, I did not intend for it to become part of a larger thing. But this is going to become, I think, on a cabinet of some kind. Geez, that's a harsh answer for a poor customer. I mean, roof spider check. Still dead. He never noticed. Made it hilarious. What did I not notice? Oh, that you're talking about that guy. Holy cow, that's sweet. Yeah, I think so. It's pretty okay. It was a practice piece that I was doing to get ready for a wood burning class that I was teaching. Not really being qualified. I was one of those ones where I was being thrown into a teaching situation, and I was like, I should probably practice that before I teach it to people. And so I sat down and I did this guy so that I could teach people how to do wood burning. And I did that and realized that I'm probably qualified to teach wood burning. So it's good enough. And I have plans to make what I am calling the Hyrulean cabinet, which will have a bunch of Zelda themed aspects to it. And I think that may become a lift up door within the cabinet. I have some ideas. The Lego movie lied. Everything is not awesome. Well, not with that attitude. Everything could be awesome. No, you're right. It can't. There's dick rockets. I'm very hyped for that Hyrulean cabinet. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I think it's one of next year's, one of my resolutions. Well, I'm still working through them, but I think one of my resolutions for next year is to make more better than meh pieces. So like above adequate, things that are better than like good enough. I think this past year, I maybe did two things. I maybe made two things this whole year that I would say were better than they needed to be. That with the cabinet, the new wall cabinet is better than it needs to be. And Gretchen's document box was better than it needed to be, probably. Everything else I made this year was like, it did what it needed to do. Like it accomplished the goal. And so next year I would like to make more than two things that are better than they need to be. It's only awesome when you're part of a team. It's a good point. Everything is when you're part of a team. If you're not part of a team, then maybe that's why it's not awesome. We don't know. We don't know. That's a great idea. That being, you should keep doing wood burnings, but make them lids for your boxes. Maybe. Oh, is that what the great idea is? Yeah, box lids. This would make a pretty nice box lid. You're right. That would make a pretty good lid of a box. It would also make a pretty good, just put a door pull right there and some hinges up here, and then it'd become one of these. But you're right. It takes a little while. Like that's the thing, is it's not really, I don't want everything to be about cost efficiency, but like you have to value your time, and like something, not everything has to be, the value of the thing doesn't need to be monetary, but the amount of time versus the value of the item. And not just like I said, the value is not necessarily a dollar sign, right? Like maybe it's worth taking a couple hours to do a nice wood burning on the top of a box as a special gift to someone. And if I had that situation, sure. But that's the type of thing that I'm talking about when I say better than they need to be. I want to make more things that are better than they need to be. A plain everyday box is just like, to hold a thing is as good as it needs to be. If I took a couple hours to put a wood burning piece on the top of it, it would be better than it needs to be. Right? So I want to do more of that. I want to do more making things that are better than they need to be. Wood burning is time consuming. It's true. So the ones with the special lids just cost a good chunk more. Like I said, it doesn't have to be all value is measured in dollars. But yeah, if I was going to sell it, you don't get a fancy wood burned lid on your box unless you're paying me for my time to do that. Did you sell out? We all sell out all the time. We all sell out all the time. Every time you do something you don't want to do for money, you're a sellout. So every time you go to work at a place that you don't want to work for, you're a sellout. Every time you do a job that you don't want to do because it pays you, you're a sellout. I'm Aaron, by the way. No, you're Peckerwood. I mean, I will see what I can do, but your name is too fun to say to not say it. He's talking about the market. Oh, no, I didn't. I did sell well, though. I sold about somewhere between $750 and $800 over the 5 hours of the market. So probably if you would show up on time, we've already talked about this. Probably my best market in terms of sales since 2022. But I think I've had better markets in terms of, have I? I don't know. It's hard to say. I was going to say in terms of like engagement and I don't know. It was a good market. I am glad that I did it. I'm pissed off. No, I'm not. I'm a little bit disappointed in how much. No, I'm not. I'm disappointed in the expectations that I let myself have about the snowmen, the little snowman ornaments. Because the last time I brought them to a market, I sold the shit out of them. I couldn't, they were just gone. Everybody was like, oh, gimme. And so this time I like put a bunch of time, and last minute I stayed up late to finish them off. I bought a specific tree to put them on, to display them nicely. One damn snowman. And it was like the last 15 minutes. It was the last thing I sold right at the end of the day as I was about to start packing up. I don't know, but I sold a $120 bowl, so whatever. And they're not going bad. It's not like now I don't have to make snowmen again for like 2 years. So that's cool. But it was a little bit frustrating. And now Gretchen is mocking me by putting a bunch of snowmen in the chat, which is just mean. Put them in a box until next year. This is what is happening. I put some of them on the tree down at the shop, because maybe between now and Christmas I would sell a couple down at the shop on the ornament tree. But yeah, if I don't have to make any more snowmen for 2 years, like, that's cool. Bruh. I don't even want to finish the sentence when you start it with bruh. Your snowmen and my snowmen toothpick holders. Yep. I don't know. There's some. You never know. You never know at markets, right? I didn't sell a single keychain. Keychains tend to be like one of my best selling things because they're cheap and they're cool, and not a single one. But $120 ash bowl. and a couple of $40 spalted maple bowls, and a couple of $50 pens, but none of the cheapies. None of the $35 slimlines, 2 of the $50 maple leafs. And normally it's exactly the opposite. I'll sell like a dozen slimlines and none of the more expensive ones. I learned not to stamp the year on things. I think I have Mike's MWT and S 2024 on one snowman. Like the one that, or I guess it was 2023 that I made that batch. Because I didn't make a batch last year. But 2023, I think I have on one of my snowmen, I think it says MWT and S 2023 on the bottom of it. And I did not do that this year. Bruh, lathes. I agree with you 100%. Lathes. So that's a thing you said. Oh, coming up on 2 hours. I think that's probably good for tonight. I am exhausted. I've had a big couple of days. If you came late and did not see the progress on Sean's base, I will show it one more time before we're done. This is the neck blank. It is sapele and cherry. The body is also sapele and cherry. It is a cherry back that still needs some work. Yes, it does. Shut up, Tim, or whoever the shit it was. And book matched quarter sawn sapele top. That when you do that, it does fun things. And that's it, I guess. Hey, there's my boy John. Oh, my boy John. I'm gonna show it off. Hold on, I'll be right back. Before I'm done, I gotta show. John gave me something at the market. So our friend John makes jewelry, mainly. And so he comes into the market and he's going upstairs to get his stuff set up, and he stops by my booth and he's like, "Hey, once everybody gets everything all set up, you should come up and see me." Or he goes, "Stop by my or come see me." And I was like, "Am I in trouble?" And John has made me this necklace, which is not a section of a fretboard, but it represents a section of a fretboard. He like made a section of a fretboard and then made it into a necklace. And he made it for me. And so I was like, and he shows me the pendant part, and he's like, "What do you prefer for a strap? Like silver or leather or whatever?" And I was like, "It's your art, my friend. You tell me what it needs to have. Like, I don't want to tell the artist what to hang it from. Like like I'm not allergic to anything if that's, and so yeah. Well, it's glitching. Oh geez, sorry, dude. Sorry, Amron Jats. It's not glitching on my end. I mean, it did glitch at one point. It did its little thing, but it might be a your side thing. Hi from Karamias. I have been through. I have not spent any significant time in Karamias, but I have gone through. Welcome to the show. We're just finishing up. There's a voice recorder and tracker in that. Oh no! John's gonna run blind. I'm gonna be honest. No offense, John, but I could catch you. That man is not going to run very fast. That's not insensitive. We're friends. Now I'm picturing John like trying to run from my house like up the street with like an armload of saws or something. I don't know why. I'm trying to picture John like trying to run up the street with an armload of like hand saws. It's a very nice piece. Do you have a page where we can see your work, John? Do you have Does John have a website? I don't know if John has a website. He is north of 50 custom designs, I believe. He does have a Facebook page and an Instagram. I'm sure you can find him. I don't know if he has a website. You can find some of his things at the Crow's Nest Artist Collective in Willow Point in Campbell River, British Columbia. But he also does custom work where you give him like one of your grandma's silver spoons and he makes it into a piece of jewelry for you and stuff like that. Is he in leg shackles? No, but he rocks a cane. Mike, is that the fellow that made the antler ring for me? Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. And he's the guy who gave me a piece of a whiskey barrel to make him a pen, and I still haven't because I'm a slacker. No website, but I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And also, Mike, he is one of the people who bought one of the jewelry boxes that you filmed as a project here. I want to say he bought the one with the slidey tray. John, was it the one with the slidey tray or one of the ones with the lift up? Oh, I think it might have been the one with the half that was half deep, full both sides with one side had a tray. I think that was John's. And John's got a lot of my stuff. He also is the one that bought the epoxy tea tray that I did the pour of live on the show. The green and blue and orange and white epoxy pour tea tray. John bought also. We can be Kane brothers. There you go. You guys go hang out with your Kanes. You guys can have sword fights. I want to see that. I want to see you guys have a sword fight. I found him on Facebook. Good looking stuff. Yeah, he makes nice things. John, you and Mike have matching facial hair. I think he was copying me because I think when we met, his facial hair was much less impressive. And then he met me and he was like, damn, that looks sexy as shit. I think is what happened. I'm pretty sure that's what. Anyway, let's wrap things up for tonight. I think I need to go to sleep because I work tomorrow, and yeah. Can you make rings for sausage fingers? He can make rings for anything. Mikey B's, the options he gave to Mikey B were, yeah, no, he custom makes everything. And sometimes they got glow goop in them, glow powders and things. Or like I said, he makes things that you can give him a thing that represents something to you and he'll incorporate that. I've seen him make rings that have like guitar strings in them or shells or, whatever. I have to step away. All right, I'm leaving too, man. It's okay. We'll talk soon. Okay, let's get her done. No, that's not true. Only 2 more Saturday edited videos for the year. But I am planning on doing the series of lives between Christmas and New Year's. I don't know when they're going to start or if they're going to be every night. But we are going to build something together between Christmas and New Year's again this year. We'll see what it is. I haven't decided yet, but 27, 28, 29, 30, we might do an every night live where we make something. We'll see. I don't know how many, and I don't know what we're going to make, but it is a thing. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. If you haven't seen today's very impressive, super important video, do that. Cheap gifts for woodworkers. It's riveting, and I put a lot of time into it. And it isn't at all just me churning something out quick because I said that I would do a video every week this year. And I only have a couple weeks left to make that goal come true. That's not what it is. It's very super important, valuable piece of content for the world to have. Okay? So, until next time. Bye for now. Cool, this will be my first what? Your first what? What's going to be your first what? Okay. I don't... leg cramp. One of those. Ow! Fuck! Just random, with it sudden where your muscle just goes for no reason. God. It's in my hamstring. Oh. Okay, we'll be okay. The worst place for that to happen is in the bottom of your foot. And the worst time for the bottom of your foot one to happen is when you're in hockey skates. You're playing a hockey game and you're in skates and you get one of those in the bottom of your foot. That's the worst. This one's not great, but it's all right. It's settling down. Always stay to the end. Yep. No, you never know what's going to happen here. I was even really close. Like I was almost reaching for the button. That's okay. That's okay. We're good. We're okay. Whew. That was a thing that happened. Bye, everybody. Wow. Okay. See you next week.